going to take a look at a deceptive backhand cross court, well, sort of a flick if you like, and it's really quite good. Here's the shot. You see it's off a pretty poor shot, and there goes the shot. You see it's completely just cleaned up his opponent. It's really good. We're going to go back and show you how he does it, so, and explain just what you need to do to be able to achieve this. There's a few things that happen here that aid this situation. First of all, the shot. The shot is really quite average. It's not very good whatsoever. In other words, it's finished really short, and our opponent can actually move forward on the ball. Now, by moving forward on the ball and keeping his racket relatively low, see he's got a low wrist. So by keeping his wrist low, it gives you the impression that he's not going to go deep at all. And so that's the first thing that happens here. Now, what happens is our opponent must cover everything. So what he has to do is he has to go back towards the tee, and what that does is that creates this vision problem. In other words, from the point of striking the ball, which is here, to here, it's like a straight line, and he can't see 100% of what's going on. So it's really difficult for him to understand how it all works or what's happening. So he needs to cover a short shot simply because his opponent has not got a big backswing or anything as well. Now, what our opponent does, I'll go back just a little bit. Okay, so he's kept a low wrist and he's moved his body forward. And we'll just watch footwork for a start. He hits the ball here, and then he keeps going forward with his body. And so it gives the impression that he's still gone and just flicked the ball short. Now, that footwork is quite difficult to do. So what it is abnormal to what you would normally see. Normally you'd see someone hit and stop. But he's basically taken another step after he's hit it. So here, there, and he's hit it through. Now the best part of all this, the bit where he's really done the work, is as soon as he struck the ball. See, he's struck the ball across with a flick of his wrist, so it is a flick shot. So he's gone and flicked it. Then after that, what he's done is he just brings his wrist. I'll get you to watch his wrist. He brings his wrist straight up here. So instead of actually pushing his racket around behind his body, and this is where all the real work is done. So see, he's flicked it across, and he's tried to keep the racket in line with his body. So he's flicked it. Now he really doesn't want the racket to end up anywhere at all over here. He doesn't want it to end out this way, because that'll tell his opponent he's gone cross court. So what he's done is he's actually just started to lift his wrist really early. So he's lifted it out, and he's even got the racket facing the wrong direction, or backwards if you like, because that's what it's taken for him to stop the racket going around across behind his body. So if I go back again and we watch what happens with his wrist. So from here, wrist goes across and he flicks, and the racket head leads the body, leads his wrist at the moment. And now, instead of him taking his arm across, he's just going to lift his wrist up and keep it relatively close to his body. And what that's doing is it's making it look like it's not even a very strong hit as well. Very good shot. It's a great shot. Now, and then out it comes. Now the other thing about this is that from point of impact here, right through here, it's still covering his racket. He's still covering what's going on. Like his opponent still can't tell. You see his opponent is still moving forward. The ball's been hit, yet he's reading body, he's not watching ball. And now he's just about seen it, but it's all too late because he's got forward motion in his body. Now, you see here his wrist, he's racketed up now. Now his opponent's seen the ball, and he needs to stop there and change direction. Now see how much work and stress is on his opponent's body. Now let's talk about outcomes. Here's the outcome. That's where it landed. I'll show you. I'll put a circle in there. There's the ball over here. So it hasn't been a really accurate shot. It hasn't been a fantastic deep shot. It hasn't been anything. What it was all designed to do was to take out his opponent's body's ability to be able to change direction and get back and get it. Now if we watch what happens from here, you'll see it's just, he's not even getting anywhere near it. It's just not even going to happen. Second bounce is at the back of the service box, and you see his opponent is coming out of the shot. Oh, sorry, he's coming out of the shot nice and early as well. So from here, sorry, I'll go back here. As soon as he can get his opponent to commit to go forward from this point here, if he commits him to go forward here, there, then it's all over, because he's going to drop his body as soon as he sees what's going on. So he drops his whole body, and that's where it's all gone completely. So terrific shot, absolutely fantastic shot. Love watching these sort of shots played because they are just such good level. I'll go back just a bit further. Okay, so here we go. Comes in, shapes, pushes his wrist up, lifts it up to the roof, and out it goes. So it's a flick, then pull your racket up to the roof to go and stop any follow through going around your body. Pitch the ball. All he merely had to do, is the last thing I'll say, is when he comes from here and he goes deep, you've just got to get the ball to bounce anywhere level with his opponent. If you can get it anywhere there, it stops any ability of your opponent actually just going forward and getting the ball still just changing an arc swing or an arc movement. So as long as he's got that, which is what he's got, and the rest of the shot, it's all just too hard. So here's the setup. Short ball, bad ball, comes forward, flick and lift your wrist, and the outcome is just fantastic. There's one way of playing a deceptive flick backhand cross court from the front of the court. Fantastic to watch.